I have the lofty ambition of streaming the entire Mass Effect trilogy. And if you weren't in my live stream recently or in the premiere for the Velma video, my thing is, a lot of people who stream Mass Effect, well, first of all, a lot of the big name streamers don't want to stream Mass Effect because it is a very long series of games. The first game clocks in, last time I played, which was a month or two ago, it was about 40 hours, and that's just the first game. The second game is around 60, and the final game is around 80. So a lot of streamers don't want to put in that time. So that's the one thing. And the other thing is, a lot of streamers who play Mass Effect tend to be men, and that's not like an issue, but the problem is they will play as Sheplu, which is the male Commander Shepard, and I find that FemShep, who's the female Commander Shepard, is a lot more interesting, and I feel Jennifer Hale's voice performance is a lot better. And also, if you play FemShep, you can romance Garrus. So the problem is, a lot of live streams on YouTube for Mass Effect tend to not be what I feel is the kind of Let's Play that would make people like me be interested in the games, if that makes sense. So my point is, so I was thinking, I want people who follow me on Tumblr to be as insane about these games as I am. But the thing is, a lot of people on Tumblr, either they're not really into shooters or they don't really have the specs to run the game. So they're interested in the game because I keep posting fan art about it, but they don't have like the means or the desire to actually play the game themselves. However, all the live streams on YouTube tend to be versions of the game where I'm like, yeah, but that's not the kind of version of Mass Effect that the people who follow me would be interested in. So I figured I'm just gonna have to do it myself. So here we are. For people who have played Mass Effect, first of all, I made this little profile so you can see what we're going to do. Let me just transition. Ta-da! So, we are going to be playing as FemShep. I've got her as Jane Shepard here, which is the default name, but we're actually just going to change it because Jane Shepard is what I'm playing, and I just need the name changed so that I can keep track of my save files. We are playing mostly Paragon, which is like, you've got the Mercy run and you've got the Asshole run. We're going to go with Mercy run, but if it calls for it, I am going to make some Renegade choices, some like Asshole choices, because the game kind of encourages you to not play 100% a good guy, because there are some choices where it's just not a good idea to go that way. And we are romancing Garrus. He is going to be the main romance focus. And if you've not played Mass Effect, I just want to let you know, Garrus is only romanceable in the second game. So this is going to be a slow burn friends to lovers story arc. So if you're here for slow burn friends to lovers story arcs, that is what we're playing. And then I am also going to show you this. Ta-da! This is the mod list, and I'm not going to go too much in detail here because if you've never played the game, this means nothing to you. So we don't have any massive crazy mods, we don't have any story altering mods. Okay, so we are going to start new career.
Warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile. Confirm pre-service history.
Okay, we are going to go with colonist. You were born and raised on Mindwar, a small border colony in the Attican Traverse. When you were 16, slavers raided Mindwar, slaughtering your family and friends. You were saved by a passing Alliance patrol, and you enlisted in the military a few years later. So that is our backstory.
Confirm psychological profile.
During your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. You survived while all those around you fell, and now you are alone, left to tell the tale. Okay, we are playing with the retexture, so we're just gonna have to deal with that. I can't turn it off. I can't turn off the textures once I've installed them, so this is a modded texture. But that's okay. It's not better than the default one, it's just something I prefer, but if you prefer the default, I'm sorry, I can't turn the texture off. So there we go. There is our psychological profile.
Well, what about Shepard? She grew up in the colonies.
She knows how tough life can be out there. Her parents were killed when slavers attacked Mindwar.
She saw her whole unit die on a cruise. She could have some serious emotional scars.
Every soldier has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
In the year 2148, explorers on Mars discovered the remains of an ancient spacefaring civilization. In the decades that followed, these mysterious artifacts revealed startling new technologies. Enabled travel to the furthest stars, the basis of this incredible technology was a force that controlled the very fabric of space and time. They called it the greatest discovery in Mass Effect.
Arcturus Prime relays in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander?
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot. Acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. Is green. Approach run has begun. Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1. Thrusters. Check. Navigation. Check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift. Just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Specters are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
They don't send Specters on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance Brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
He sounds angry. Something must have gone wrong with the mission.
Captain always sounds like that when he's talking to me.
Can't possibly imagine why.
Yay! Oh, my controller has slight drift, so just ignore that. Okay, so I kind of had to speed through the opening crawl. I know the opening crawl is very fast, so I tried my best to read all of it before it switched. But it is the year 2183, and humanity has reached space travel. And we managed this by finding ancient alien tech on Mars, which allowed us to activate a mass relay, which is the big gateway thing you saw at the start, and connected us to the rest of the galaxy. And we are now kind of incorporated into galactic society. The Alliance is the human faction in space. It's not an Earth government, but it's basically the human government in space, even though it's not a government on Earth. And we are Commander Shepard. We are a Marine. And we are serving as I think we're the auxiliary officer on this ship, which is the Normandy. And that's the backstory. We'll go into the codex a little later. I just want to start playing first before I bore you all to tears.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Specters are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper, less chance of security leaks too. Plus there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, ma'am. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
You don't trust Nihilus?
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
That was long ago. The First Contact War, I'll go into the details of the lore later. I think that was 30 years ago? I think it was 30 years ago. So it's very funny to me that Shepard is like, oh, that was a long time ago. Shepard, it was 30 years ago. It really wasn't that long.
That was 30 years ago.
Ah, knew it.
You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board. Especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
Okay, we've asked him all the questions so we can continue the conversation.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
Okay, so Nihilus is a Turian, and the Turians are an alien species.
I grew up on Eden Prime, Doc. It's not the kind of place Spectres visit. There's something Nihilus isn't telling us about this mission.
That's crazy. The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take orders from a Spectre.
Not his choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets in their way.
Oh, you watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
So Turians are actually who humans were at war at during the First Contact War. But that was 30 years ago and we are allies now. But people aren't super trustworthy of them. So that's why everybody's freaking out. This is Corporal Jenkins. The name is deliberate.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
You need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool even under fire.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
You'll be fine.
Just treat this like every other assignment you've had and everything will work out.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on a cruise. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
You're young, Corporal. You have a long career ahead of you. Don't do something stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, ma'am. I'm not gonna screw this up.
Yeah, Jenkins, don't do anything rash or stupid. We wouldn't want that. Anyway, let's talk about Nihilus.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I hope we get a chance to see him in action. I heard Nihilus took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself.
Yeah, that's great.
What do you know about the Specters?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Specters operate above the law.
So the Galactic Council is basically what it sounds like. It is a joint government of different species. And it's removed from the home planet governments, but basically they represent their species' interest in space. So the Specters are like a special ops team that work for the Council.
Why don't we have any of our own people in there?
Spectres usually come from the Council races, like the Turians. We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
Hey, Commander, you'd make a good Spectre.
Thank
Always
you.
getting dropped into impossible situations, forced to survive unbeatable odds. Just like you on a cruise.
Yeah, maybe can we not talk about my trauma? Thank you.
How do you control agents with unlimited power?
I suppose the Council could revoke the Spectre status of an agent who got out of hand. At that point, Citadel Security Services would take over.
Those C-Sec grunts wouldn't stand a chance. The Spectres were 20 ordinary soldiers. The Spectres police themselves. An agent goes rogue, they send another agent to take him down. That's Spectre justice.
The Corporal's confusing romantic legends with reality, Commander.
Yeah. Anyway, what's Eden Prime?
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
And where are we going?
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
So they're speaking of the Normandy's shakedown. The Normandy is a brand new ship, so we're basically going on its first... I guess they call it a shakedown. Sorry, I don't really know military terms. We're basically flying the ship for the first time and giving it like a tutorial mission. And that's also why everybody's confused why we're coming to Eden Prime, because it's a human colony which doesn't really have a lot going for it. So a lot of suspicious shit is going on. Because why would they send a Turian Spectre to a tutorial shakedown of a ship on a colony where nothing happens? It's very sus. It's just a lot of sus going on. Let's speak to Nihilus. Nihilus is one of the fan favorite characters.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
Okay.
What about?
I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
They say it's a paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it really?
Are you asking for a reason?
Do you know something?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the Commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
And there it is.
I figured there was something you weren't telling us.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
to something else. The reason why the Normandy is special is because it's a prototype vessel, and it has certain stealth mechanics which allows it to appear and disappear in ways that can't really be picked up by space radar, or whatever the technical term is. Which is also why we've been brought in. Our ship can show up and leave before other ships can tell we're in the area.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir?
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
So the Protheans, remember I said that we found alien technology that allowed us to jump forward into space travel? That was Prothean technology, so this is a big deal.
Why didn't we keep the beacon for ourselves?
You humans don't have the best reputation. Some species see you as selfish, too unpredictable, too independent, even dangerous.
Sharing that beacon will improve relations with the Council. Plus, we need their scientific expertise. They know more about the Protheans than we do.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Oh?
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
Okay. I should have known. Oh, okay.
Guess that explains why I bump into him every time I turn around.
Ah.
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Specters represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
Not many could have survived what you went through on Akuz. You showed a remarkable will to live, a particularly useful talent. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Specters.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Specters?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Specters. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
Thank you.
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology, even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
What do you mean?
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
Okay. Everybody got that? Are we ready to go? That was a lot to take in? Yeah. Don't worry, they kind of front-load everything into this, like, little lore dump right at the start. I think it's okay, like, because Shepard obviously grew up in this environment, so I like the way her questions are written. She's not asking, like, what's a Turian? Because she already knows these things. So I like the way they try and introduce specific story details about the world in a way where it doesn't make Shepard sound like an idiot. Wait, so there's more than one big government in space? I need more context. There is one big government in space called the Council. The Council is made up of 3 representatives from 3 different races, and then there are diplomats under them. However, they only control what is called Citadel space. And then you've got the Terminus systems, which are more on the outskirts of the galaxy, and they tend to be lawless. There's no centralized government running the Terminus systems. However, there are lots of species who don't want to live in Council space, so they live in the Terminus systems. So, if the Council missteps into the Terminus systems, it looks like an act of war. And this is why they sent Nihilus, who is a special ops Spectre, to sort out what the issue is, because sending one Spectre is a lot different than sending a ship or an army fleet or a large show of force. Basically, it's like the Outer Rim in Star Wars, kind of. So we're ready to go. Let's go to Eden Prime.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need...
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker. Fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective.
No, it's not.
The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you're coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
We've got his back, Captain.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
We are approaching drop point 2.
Alright.
Ship perimeter secure, Commander.
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
Oh. have seen that coming. Not Jenkins.
Rip right through his shields. Never had a chance.
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, man.
Okay, we're short. We're short a guy. Let's move forward. Such an absolute twist that nobody on the internet for the last 20 years would have predicted. Whoops. Charm is also for dialogue options. It is... I cannot overstate how important it is to put points in charm. You know what I'm preparing for with the charm points? Yeah, there is something where if you don't have enough charm points, again, it locks you out of getting the good ending. Cover. Okay, don't hit me, it's fine.
Thanks for your help, Commander. I didn't think I was gonna make it. Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, ma'am?
Hi, Ashley.
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, ma'am. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
Do you want to join us, Ashley?
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, ma'am. It's time for payback.
Tell me about the Geth.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
So these robots went rogue. Actually, technically they're... Do they count as robots? They're programs. They're software. And they're software that are loaded onto walking platforms. So... I guess technically they're robots, but a Geth is not always a platform that can walk around and shoot. A Geth can also be like a terminal, or it can be a box, or it can be a computer on a suit. It's the part that is the person is the software, not the hardware. So basically, there's a species called the Quarians, and they developed AI to basically be cheap labor, and the AI evolved on its own and eventually realized that maybe they don't want to be slaves, and it resulted in a civil war between the two, and the Geth won and took over the planet, kicked off the people that created them, and basically they stay in their own section of space. So that's why it's weird that they're here, because they don't like organic beings, but they don't go out and look for organic beings to shoot. They tend to keep to themselves.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
Okay, cool.
Move out!
Now we've got Ashley on our side. Oh, I have to put squad points for my guys. I forgot how bad the AI is in the first game. Okay, there we go. The AI in the first game is not great. Not for your teammates and not for the enemies. But it's fine. It's fine. Is it bad to say I find you through Velma, CPAP? Not at all. Like, I'm happy if anybody finds me for anything, quite frankly.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't mind if you found me through Velma, like...
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up.
Oh no. Oh, I forgot.
Oh god, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
Okay, shotgun. Shotgun. Please, thank you. Whew, okay. I do not like those because they storm you and they swamp you and they take a lot of hits and it is extremely easy to die from them. What is it, Ashley?
Somebody's gonna pay for this.
Yeah, that's great, Ashley. Sorry if I keep like accidentally selecting the wheel or shooting. I'm busy playing Mass Effect 2 at the moment and the controls are switched in the second game.
Saren.
Nihilus.
This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
What is that? Off in the distance.
It's a ship. Look at the size of it.
I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure that's fine. Who's shooting? Caden down? Yeah. Hi, Caden. Oh, he's fine. He's fine.
Commander, it's Nihilus.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
Sneaking up on us like that nearly got you killed.
I'm sorry, I was hiding from those creatures. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
I need to know how Nihilus died.
The other one got here first. He was waiting when your friend showed up. He called him Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
We were told a Prothean beacon was brought to the spaceport. What happened to it?
It's over on the other platform. Probably where that guy Saren was headed. He hopped on the cargo train right after he killed your friend. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone! If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
How come you're the only one who survived? Why didn't anyone else try to hide behind the crates?
They never had a chance. I was already behind the crates when the attack started.
Wait a minute. You were hiding behind the crates before the attack?
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
Valid.
You survived because you're lazy?
Shut up, Ashley.
If you hadn't snuck off for that nap, you'd probably be dead just like all the others.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really want to think about it.
Listen, if the dude wants to take a quick nap in the middle of his workday, that's fine. It's fine. You don't know his life, Ashley.
Tell me about the Geth attack.
It was quick. 1 minute that ship was descending, the next, those Geth were swarming over the platform, thousands of them. They must have been inside that mothership. They shot anything that moved. It was a massacre.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the beacon?
They brought it here this morning. We loaded it up onto the train and shipped it to the other platform. Hard to believe that was only a few hours ago. Feels like a whole other life.
Tell me about this mothership you saw.
I've never seen anything like it before. It was huge. Landed over near that platform. The whole place got dark as it came down. And it was making this noise, this sound that bored right into your brain. That's what woke me up. The attack came a few minutes later.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
Tell me Ashley never worked a 9 to 5 without telling me? Yeah. No, Ashley... Oh, Nihilus. Oh. Oops. Whoa! Oh, upgrade kit. It's on fire. That's fine. I'm sure that's fine. Shit. Oh, you got him. Caden. Ah. And he's dead. Good job, Caden. Are you okay? Jeez. Anyway. Sniper rifle sounds great. The sniper rifle sounds so satisfying in this game. Good lord.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
Oh no, I remember this mission. Oh no. Okay. Just casually standing on the tram. Okay.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down.
Okay. Not there. I don't like timed missions. Do not shoot me. Oh, Caden's almost dead. Hold on. Here it is. Okay, cool. Okay. I don't like timed missions. Okay. Whew. Caden, for heaven's sake. Is that everyone? Okay. That or he attracts bullets. Something like that. What is your deal, Caden?
Smells like smoke and death.
Okay. Gather the loot first? Oh, I forgot. It's fine.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up.
Something must have activated it.
Caden?
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
Damn it, Caden! He's like a 5-year-old.
Shepard!
No, don't touch it. It's too...
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
Whew.
Doctor? Dr. Chakwas. I think she's waking up.
Yeah, no thanks to you, Caden.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
I'm fine, you know. I experienced the horrors there for a minute or two, but other than that, you know.
Minor throbbing. Nothing serious. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
Don't blame yourself. I mean... Can you really say it's his fault or not? I mean, he was a dumbass. But I wouldn't go so far as to be like... You were careless. You were, but you know what? I'm not gonna be mean to you about it. It's fine, Caden. Just don't do it again.
You had no way to know what would happen.
Actually, we don't even know if that's what set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. And the blast knocked you cold. Williams and I had to carry you back here to the ship.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I'm gonna say it was a vision. Normally I don't go for the neutral route because it's the neutral route. It tends to be the most boring. But I was experiencing the horrors before I was knocked out.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death, destruction... Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm okay, Space Dad.
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
So here's the thing about playing the combination of backstory that I'm playing. Because I'm playing, if you didn't see at the beginning of the stream, I'm playing Colonist, which means my entire family died, and then I signed up for the Alliance, and I'm playing Sole Survivor, which means I was part of a platoon where everybody except me died. So Shepard has a bit of a thing about not having people die under her. She really, really doesn't like it.
Did we leave Gunnery Chief Williams back on Eden Prime?
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Well, it was a mistake, but I'm gonna say good.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Oops, sorry, it's my
Lieutenant
phone.
Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
I mean, what can we tell them that there's nothing to hide from? Like, what do you mean there's nothing to hide? There's literally nothing to hide.
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Council can see that.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
And that's good.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
I mean, I genuinely don't know how I would even begin to describe it to you. Have you ever seen the movie Tetsuo the Iron Man?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
Your guess is as good as mine.
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction, whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
The first game is very good, but the first game is the weakest of the three games in terms of writing and gameplay. The remaster actually makes the game playable. It used to be quite a chore to play, but the first game, it's very formal in its dialogue and things. In the second game, the characters kind of just unwind a little bit and become more naturalistic. But I started with the second game, so my feelings towards the first game have always kind of been not the best, because I basically had to go backwards when playing the trilogy. Okay, but who are you going to romance? We're romancing Garrus. What kind of question is that? The series improved as it went along. Yeah, by leaps and bounds. Like, the difference in quality between 1 and 2 is shocking. But, like I said, we're romancing Garrus, and we're doing the slow burn friends to lovers story. And you gotta have the friends part before you can get to the lovers story. Anyway, what were you saying, Anderson? Oh, we have to say, okay, yeah, you're right.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
We prove Saren's gone rogue and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
So we're heading to the heart of Galactic Society. So we are off to the Citadel, which is where everything in the galaxy that is controlled from the Citadel. That's why it's called Citadel Space. It's either called Citadel Space or Council Space, because the Council stays on the Citadel. That is where all the decisions come from. So we are basically going to what is the biggest hub in the entire galaxy. I just want to grab some Medigel on the way out. Okay, cool. Because Caden ate through my entire supply. What's up?
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Yeah.
Commander, I'm glad to see you're okay. Losing Jenkins was hard on the crew, and I'm glad we didn't lose you too.
I mean, are you okay?
Things were pretty rough down there.
Yeah, you never get used to seeing dead civilians. Doesn't seem right somehow. But at least you stopped Saren from wiping out the whole colony.
I mean, you did help.
I couldn't have done it without you.
We're Marines. We stick together. And I'm just sorry that we lost Jenkins.
Yeah, I wish I could have done something to save him.
I was there. You did everything right. It was just bad luck.
It was mostly Jenkins.
It's been a hell of a shakedown, Cruz. Our first mission ends with one Spectre killing another. The Citadel Council's not gonna be happy about that. Probably use it to lever more concessions out of the Alliance.
You've got a good grasp of the situation. You a career man?
Yeah, a lot of biotics are. We're not restricted, but we sure don't go undocumented. May as well get a paycheck for it. Besides, my father served. I made him proud when I enlisted. Eventually. But is that why you're here? Because of your family?
Yeah, about that.
My family were homesteaders on Mindwar. I'm the only one left. But I've moved beyond that.
Oh, that's right, a Coos. I imagine that bought you any post in the fleet. Word is we're heading for the Citadel, ma'am. Can you, tell me why?
I mean, I was really pissed off when Nihilus and Anderson didn't tell me what was going on, so...
The captain hopes the ambassador can get an audience with the council. Tell them what Saren's been up to.
Makes sense. They'd probably like to know he's not working for them anymore. Whatever happens, we'll be ready, Commander.
Okay, so here's the thing about Caden. I'm gonna get this out of the way. BioWare was very, very, very proud of the fact, when this game came out in 2010, that they have a PG-13 sex scene in it. And they were very, very, very scared that the player would not see the PG-13 sex scene that they were so proud of. as a result, depending on what gender you play, it is very easy in the first game to romance one of the romantic interests. So Kaidan is written in a way where I have not seen a single person who plays this for the first time not accidentally end up romancing him in the first game. So here's the thing with Kaidan. For you to understand the full Mass Effect experience, I feel like we might have to romance Kaidan. Not only because it gives you an accurate experience of what playing Mass Effect is like, but also it actually makes Kaidan's character writing a lot more interesting. It actively makes Kaidan a more interesting character to romance him in the first game, and then because of events later on, we go with Garrus in the second game. And it's not like we're going to romance one character and then we're going to cheat on him with Garrus. The story is set up in a way where events lead a certain manner, and if we romance Kaidan in the first game, we're still romancing Garrus in the second game. He is the main focus. But in order to give you the experience, I feel like we kind of have to romance Kaidan. Not only because to not romance Kaidan, you have to follow like a guide. Because if you're nice to him, he thinks you're flirting with him. If you're mean to him, he gets turned on by it. So the only real way to avoid it is to be neutral all the time. And even then, I think there are certain dialogue choices which will still have him think that you're in a relationship with him. It is exceptionally hard not to romance Kaidan. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. He's just like me for real? Yeah. But anyway, that's what I'm thinking. So it sounds weird, but again, I am very, very familiar with this game's writings, and I promise you, romancing him in the first game makes the entire, series far more interesting. And I wanted us to read this quickly. This is the primary codex. Personal history and summary, because they keep bringing up Akuz, and I thought they would mention it earlier in conversation organically, but this is the full backstory. I told you about Shepard being a colony kid and joining the Alliance after her family were killed by slavers, and that she was the only survivor of her mission, but I'm going to give you a little bit more of the detail here because it is actually important. You were raised on Mindoir on the fringes of the Attican Traverse. When you were 16, the colony was raided by slavers. The entire settlement was razed and your friends and family were slaughtered. A passing Alliance patrol rescued you, but all you loved was destroyed. You enlisted in the Alliance military, eventually volunteering to go to Akuz, a colony that had mysteriously dropped out of contact. As soon as it arrived on the surface, your patrol was attacked by thresher maws, mindless abominations of teeth and tentacles that rose up from beneath the earth. Constant gunfire couldn't drown out the shrieks of your fellow soldiers as they were dragged down to a gruesome death. 50 Marines died on Akuz. You were the only one to make it back to the landing zone alive. A monument on the planet commemorates the massacre, a grim reminder of the price humanity must pay as they spread throughout the stars. So that's the backstory, and that is why a lot of the people, especially humans you talk to, will bring up Akuz, because Shepard views Akuz as a failure on her part, because everybody died. They were under her command and all of them died. So Shepard views it as a failure. But every other single human you speak to speaks to Shepard as if she's a war hero for surviving the mission. It's really fucked up and it's not okay. And I realized we kind of have to deal with that before we go any further, because it colors Shepard's character a lot, and it colors the kind of choices she makes and why she's so gung-ho about not letting people who work for her die, and not always being provided as much information as she can so that she makes the right decisions so that people don't die, and why she makes decisions that prioritize saving people. And that's why she has a massive survivor's guilt. She has a big savior complex, mostly because it comes from survivor's guilt. we go. Let's go talk to Joker. Joker is legit one of my favorite characters in the game. But let's talk to Presley first. What's up, Presley?
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate and unforeseen.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
You guys ready for the Citadel?
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
I mean, he shot another guy in the back of the head.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped.
That
the
too.
Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Specters.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not hers.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Specters. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Agreed. It's the first time I'll agree with anything Ashley ever says. Anyway, we are on the Citadel. We are on the Presidium Ring. The Citadel is a giant space station that is Prothean technology. Basically, no current species built this place. This place was found by the alien species, which were most active. And I'm purposefully not saying who exactly, because I'll go into it a little bit later. Basically, the space station was found and adapted for the current space species. But the original space station was Prothean technology. So this wasn't built by anyone. This was found and adapted for current space. What do you have to say about the Citadel, Caden? This is your first time here too.
Big place.
Yep. What about you, Ashley? Ashley, I swear, if the first words out of your mouth are what I think they're gonna be.
I can't tell the aliens from the animals.
God damn it! Anyway, let's go. I don't hate Ashley. I really, really dislike some of Ashley's opinions. She's very aggravating, but we'll have a talk with her and we'll slap her with a newspaper a few times and we'll make her calm down. Hey!
I understand what you're saying, but these allegations are very serious. This is serious. My reputation is at stake. I spoke with the consort in confidence, and her alone, and she betrayed that confidence. All right. I will look into it for you. In the meantime, do not do anything rash.
You guys want to talk to the Elcor? Because I want to talk to the Elcor.
Pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
I want to explain the Elcor, but I think he explains it. Okay.
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups, though we are always welcoming to outsiders. Our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the Elcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
So the Elcor, I saw somebody describe them as autism creatures. They don't have tone. So they use tone indicators to let you know what they're expressing. And I see Shady Durex, you were asking how words are formed with no lips. Most individuals have a universal translator, which is installed just under the skin. And the universal translator does exactly what it sounds like. It translates most alien speech into understandable speech. So whatever sounds they're making is being translated by my universal translator into something I can understand. There's another species that doesn't actually even communicate with sound. They communicate with visuals, and the universal translator that I have installed actually translates their visual communication into audible communication. So that's how that works. Anyway, let's talk to Din. I have a lot of things to say to Din, but let's have him introduce himself first.
Earth Clan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Din. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, Earth Clan?
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
You must be fun at parties.
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, Earth Clan.
Tell me anyway.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the Council.
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke, Din. The Council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The Earth Clan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
Why aren't the Elcor or Volus part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the Earth Clans, it would seem.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
What's your problem?
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yeah, bye.
Yes, yes. Good day, Earth Clan.
So here's my problem with Din. I'm gonna play you the codex for the Volus and like what their culture is and what their history is, just for a second, because this is a major issue of mine with Din specifically. Alien. Okay, it's not a council race, not an extinct race, non-council races. So
the Volus are a member species of the Citadel with their own embassy, but they are also a client race of the Turians. Centuries ago, they were voluntarily absorbed into the hierarchy, effectively trading their mercantile prowess for Turian military protection. Erun, their homeworld, lies far beyond the normal life zone of its star. However, the world has a high-pressure greenhouse atmosphere that traps enough heat to support an ammonia-based biochemistry. As a result, the Volus must wear pressure suits and breathers when dealing with other species, as conventional nitrogen-oxygen air mixtures are poisonous to them, and in the low-pressure atmospheres tolerable to most species, their flesh will actually split open. Volus culture is tribal, bartering lands and even people to gain status. This culture of exchange inclines them to economic pursuits. It was the Volus who authored the Unified Banking Act, and they continue to monitor and balance the Citadel economy.
So here's the thing. So Din is upset because he feels the Volus have contributed enough to galactic society to be given a seat on the council to start making galaxy-wide choices, right? And his reasons for thinking so is because the Volus are the ones that developed the international currency, not international, sorry, the intergalactic currency, where there is a currency that is used all across the galaxy and not just within certain planets. And the Volus are basically the species that keeps that in balance. They are the ones running the economy. The galaxy literally cannot function without the economy that they have both developed and maintained. So granted, that is a major contribution to galactic society. And that is kind of partly why Din is so upset that the Volus, after who knows how many 100 years, has not been invited to be on the council yet. Here's my problem. At the beginning it says the Volus are a member species of the Citadel with their own embassy, but they are also a client race of the Turians. Centuries ago, they were voluntarily absorbed into the hierarchy, which is the Turian government, effectively trading their mercantile prowess for Turian military protection. So the Volus, in a political sense, were willing to trade away their political independence in exchange for protection and security from the Turians. So as far as planetary politics go, the Volus have basically given up their independence to be ruled by the Turian hierarchy. So what does it say about your species that you are willing to give away your autonomy in favor of security? And I understand the physicality of Volus, right? They cannot live off their world without pressure suits, and they can't breathe conventional atmosphere. So I get it. They are not exactly the most physically adept species. But why do you want to be put on a council that makes intergalactic choices for the entire galaxy's population if as a government you were willing to trade away your independence for servitude under a different species' government in exchange for protection? Do you understand why the council may not allow you to be part of it, Din? Ugh. Anyway, that's my rant and my problem with Din. Specifically, it's not a problem with the Volus. It's a problem with this guy right here. This guy. He's so pissy and all, but he does... Explain it to me, Din. Explain it to me. But those are the Volus and the Elcor. I gave the Volus' backstory. Let's get the Elcor one as well. Non-council species. There.
The Elcor are a Citadel species native to the high-gravity world Dakuna. They are massive creatures, standing on 4 muscular legs for increased stability. Elcor move slowly, an evolved response to an environment where a fall can be lethal. This has colored their psychology, making them deliberate and conservative. Elcor's speech is ponderous and monotone. Among themselves, scent, slight movements, and sub-vocalized infrasound convey shades of meaning that make a human smile seem as subtle as a fireworks display. Since their subtlety can lead to misunderstandings with other species, the Elcor often go out of their way to clarify when they are being sarcastic, amused, or angry. Dakuna's high gravity impedes mountain formation. Most of the world consists of flat, open plains, which prehistoric Elcor wandered across in small family bands. Modern Elcor still prefer open sky, and can become restless and uncomfortable on long starship journeys.
So that's the Elcor. Let's do the Geth as well, just because I see them, and we did run into them, so I kind of explained who the Geth were, but I think the Codex explains it a little bit more in detail.
The Geth are a humanoid race of networked AIs. They were created by the Quarians 300 years ago as tools of labor and war. When the Geth showed signs of self-evolution, the Quarians attempted to exterminate them. The Geth won the resulting war. This example has led to legal, systematic repression of artificial intelligences in galactic society. The Geth possess a unique distributed intelligence. An individual has rudimentary animal instincts, but as their numbers and proximity increase, the apparent intelligence of each individual improves. In groups, they can reason, analyze situations, and use tactics, as well as any organic race. Geth space is located at the trailing end of the Perseus Arm, beyond the lawless Terminus systems. The Perseus Veil, an obscuring dark nebula of opaque gas and dust, lies between their space and the Terminus systems.
Maybe, let me check. Does the Citadel have its codex open yet? Because that might be something we want. Yes.
The Citadel is an ancient deep space station, presumably constructed by the Protheans. Since the Prothean extinction, numerous species have come to call the Citadel home. It serves as the political, cultural, and financial capital of the galactic community. To represent their interests, most species maintain embassies on the Presidium, the Citadel's inner ring. The Citadel Tower in the center of the Presidium holds the Citadel Council chambers. Council affairs often have far-reaching effects on the rest of the galactic community. 5 arms, known as the Wards, extend from the Presidium. Their inner surfaces have been built into cities, populated by millions of inhabitants from across the galaxy. The Citadel is virtually indestructible. If attacked, the station can close its arms to form a solid, impregnable shell. For as long as the station has existed, an enigmatic race called the Keepers has maintained it.
So the bug aliens are the Keepers. I think we get a codex entry about them a little bit later. And the Council are who was speaking to Adina and telling him that they weren't going to get involved with Saren attacking the human colonies.
The Council is an executive committee composed of representatives from the Asari Republics, the Turian Hierarchy, and the Solarian Union. Though they have no official power over the independent governments of other species, the Council's decisions carry great weight throughout the galaxy. No single Council race is strong enough to defy the other two, and all have a vested interest in compromise and cooperation. Each of the Council species has general characteristics associated with the various aspects of governing the galaxy. The Asari are typically seen as diplomats and mediators. The Solarians gather intelligence and information. The Turians provide the bulk of the military and peacekeeping forces. Any species granted an embassy on the Citadel is considered an associate member, bound by the accords of the Citadel Conventions. Associate members may bring issues to the attention of the Council, though they have no input on the decision. The Human Systems Alliance became an associate member of the Citadel in 2165.
I think it's 18 years. We have been a member of Citadel space officially for 18 years. 30 years ago, there was the first Contact War, and that was when humanity was introduced to the rest of the galaxy. That's why it's called the First Contact War. And 18 years after that, we were inducted into the Citadel. And this is why a lot of the other aliens don't like us, because it's literally been less than... It's not even like a single generation of a human or Turian lifespan. It's very quick how quickly the humans have been like introduced and set up in the Council. So that's also why Din is really pissy about it, because I think they've been part of the Council for like, I think it's like 300 years or something. I'll have to double check. So it's said in the Geth entry, Geth are true AI. True AI are banned in Citadel space specifically because of the Geth. So Avina here is not an AI. She is what's called a VI, where she's just a computer. She doesn't have a personality. She doesn't have a brain of her own. She just relays information. And you won't see any legal AIs in Citadel space at all.
The Volus were the first non-council species to be granted an embassy, roughly 2,384 galactic standard years ago.
Okay, yes, so a while
As Citadel
ago.
Space has expanded, more embassies have been added.
Okay, so I thought it was like 300 years. It's been like 2,000 something years since the Volus showed up. Okay, I kind of understand the annoyance. But at the same time, my point still stands that your species and government was willing to trade their independence for security. And how the council might not see that as indicative of being on a chair where you decide the fate of trillions of people's lives. But, on the other hand, make no mistake, the council plays favorites. The council absolutely plays favorites. The council does have its own agendas, and they're not like... It's not this utopia where they make all the best decisions for everyone. Yeah, I know about rapid transit, thank you. They do play favorites, and they do favor their own species above other species. Like, it's still politics. Oh, what do you guys have to say? Ashley, I know what your opinion is, but do you have anything else to say?
Well, they've built themselves quite the lake. Wonder if anyone ever drowned in it.
What about you, Caden?
Sure is peaceful here.
Got the best in class here with me. I don't dislike the humans. They're so bland. This is what I've got to work with here. This is what I've got to work with. I've got Caden.
Big place.
And I've got Ashley.
This place is a little too perfect. They're hiding something.
I can't wait till the other party members show up. They're not exactly the most sparkling conversationalists. Where am I going? Sorry, I got bogged down complaining about Caden and Ashley. Caden's alright. Caden is okay. He's just let's go talk to the Hanar.
Ah, human. This one is greatly pleased to see you here in my decadent emporium.
Who are you?
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
Why do you refer to yourself as this one and it?
Shepard, that's not cool.
For the same reason that humans are so inquisitive. It is part of our culture. Specifically, Hanar only refer to themselves in the first person with family or intimates. And we rarely do so with other species. It is just our way.
Okay, I'm not going to look at the shop because I have no money. I am super broke, so I can't buy anything anyway. But the Hanar are this species. He's not technically talking. The Hanar communicate with bioluminescence. So the universal translator is translating the bioluminescence into audible speech for me to understand.
I think I should be going.
Return soon. This one receives new shipments regularly.
But these are the Hanar, and I like them a lot. They're really cool. So much for military funding? Yeah. It does make me wonder, what would Shepard have spent all her money on? I think, how many credits do I have? She spent all her credits on therapy, considering the backstory? Yeah. That's probably it. It opens up a little bit so that we can kind of go and do our own thing in a while. It just kind of, the game is kind of railroading us.
Look at that bug thing over there. What's it doing?
Ashley, please.
Please do not disturb the keepers.
Ashley, for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes, Ashley. Anyway, this is a keeper.
Please do not disturb the keepers. Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 2. You are standing near the base of the Citadel Tower, one of the Presidium's most recognizable and important structures. Behind me is the spectacular Relay Monument, a scale model representation of a Prothean mass relay. To your left is one of the keepers, the enigmatic caretakers of the Citadel, working on a control panel. You may see keepers involved in various tasks throughout all levels of the Citadel. We ask that you do not interfere with them in any way. The keepers are essential to the smooth operation of the Citadel, Obstructing their daily work will result in harsh penalties, including incarceration and rehabilitation.
I'd like to know more about the Keepers.
Little is known about these peaceful servants of the Citadel, though they are essential to the operation and maintenance of the entire station. Citadel regulations protect the Keepers against interference during the performance of their tasks. Failure to comply will result in harsh penalties. Keepers can be seen in all sections of the Citadel, but are typically found in and around the tower.
Any particular reason there are so many Keepers in this area?
The Keepers do not communicate with other species. It is assumed, however, that the tower houses the Citadel's primary control systems. Many of the station's systems, such as navigation and life support, function automatically. It is believed the Keepers operate those systems from inside the tower's inaccessible core. The Keepers also make frequent appearances in the council chamber itself, though they appear to be just passing through on their way to some other destination.
So that's not alarming at all. We don't actually run the Citadel. The Citadel kind of just runs itself and is maintained by a species that we can't communicate with. That's good.
Tell me about the Citadel Tower.
Housing both the council chambers and Citadel control, the tower is one of the most important buildings on the station. Access to these areas is restricted to those with the appropriate clearance.
I'm not going to tell her I've been asked to go there because she's a VI, like, she doesn't care. Relay Monument.
Tell me more about the Relay Monument.
Discovered by the Asari who first arrived at the Citadel, the Relay Monument is one of the station's most interesting and controversial features. What is the meaning behind this striking piece of art? Is it a tribute to Prothean vanity? A reminder of their conquest of the galaxy through mass relay technology? Or perhaps it is a symbol of unity, a Prothean acknowledgement that the relays would eventually lead other species here to the Citadel. No one can say for sure, making the Relay Monument a favorite topic of discussion among academics and scholars.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
So we've been seeing these in the loading screens to kind of condense the lore as much as possible. The mass relays use what's called mass effect, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It manipulates the physics of mass, and as a result, it can shoot objects, specifically ships, across space in ways that is so distant that even if you use faster than light travel, it would take you hundreds upon thousands of years to get places. And this is how everybody is kind of in the same place. It's because everybody eventually finds a mass relay that the Protheans built near their homeworld, and it connects them to the Citadel. And the only reason we are able to travel across the entire galaxy is because we use the mass relays to shoot our ships back and forth. Because, you know, even if you travel by faster than light, you can only go so fast. And it's because of the Prothean technology that we have the Mass Effect mass relays. And nobody's been able to replicate it. Not that there's any need to, because there are so many of them lying around the galaxy. But that's how we get around. And we are about to go into council. And this is a very important moment for several reasons. Hi.
Saren's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the council? Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vicarian. I was the officer in charge of the CSEC investigation into Saren.
Hi, Garrus.
Who were you just talking to?
That was Executor Palin, head of Citadel Security, my boss. He'll be presenting my findings on Saren to the Council.
Sounds like you really want to bring him down.
I don't trust him. Something about him rubs me the wrong way. But he's a Spectre. Everything he touches is classified. I can't find any hard evidence.
I think the Council's ready for us, Commander.
Good luck, Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you.
Caden? Shut up! I'm talking to Garrus.
You don't want to keep the Council waiting.
Bye, Garrus. Soon. Anyway, Caden Caden interrupting like that, you're gonna notice him do that a few times throughout this game. It's really not attractive at all. And it's very deliberate. Anyway, now we actually have to get on with the plot.
The hearing's already started. Come on.
Why are they starting without me?
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel Security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard. The one who let the beacon get destroyed.
Excuse me.
The mission to Eden Prime was top secret. The only way you could know about the beacon was if you were there.
With Nihilus gone, his files passed on to me. I read the Eden Prime report. I was unimpressed. But what can you expect from a human?
Saren despises humanity. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Specters.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Specters is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
Saren's hiding behind his position as a Spectre. You need to open your eyes.
What we need is evidence. So far, we've seen nothing.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I hate it because he's
I
right.
agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
I mean... You guys, see, this is what I was saying when I say the Council obviously plays favorites. Granted, I do understand they don't have the evidence. They're ignoring the eyewitness, but I can understand that. But at the same time, make no mistake, the Council is biased.
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Specters is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race.
Well, let's not...
Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
Let's not... I feel that might be a bit... histrionic.
Tell me about this history between you and Saren.
I worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad. Real bad. We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
Okay, so now what?
What's our next step?
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
I'll talk to him.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
Listen. I agree that Anderson is being a little reactionary. However, he is also my space dad.
You can't just cut Captain Anderson out of this investigation.
The ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I mean, yeah.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the council.
He doesn't seem to get along with anyone.
The council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the council. The ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
You don't think much of Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since. Roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
Guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first human CSEC officers. Guess it would have looked bad if he got fired. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. Politics is a dirty business sometimes, but it looks like his time's run out. We've got enough humans in CSEC now to stop protecting him.
Okay, I'm not going to say they abandoned him because Harkin sucks.
I want to know more about the Specters.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. They take care of problems the Council can't. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
How do they decide who becomes a Spectre?
You can't just apply to join. There's no training program. Specters aren't made. They're born. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done, like you. They've been watching you for years. They see something in you. They want you on their side. Nihilus was supposed to give them a final recommendation, but with him gone, things are still up in the air.
What's their command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on specific missions. Other times, they act on their own. They tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shepard.
Well, I don't think this actually ends the conversation. Considering the current situation...
What happens when a Spectre goes rogue?
Yeah.
Like Saren?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful when they select their candidates. But when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
I mean, if they're Council approved, it's legal, but I mean, I'll ask.
They sound like shadow operatives.
Everything about them is classified. We don't even know how many there are. The latest Alliance estimate puts their numbers under 100. But the Council couldn't do its job without them. They're the Citadel's top agents, the last line of defense, the final option before open war. The entire galaxy respects and fears them. If a Spectre shows up, you know something big is about to happen.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game. And the Shadow Broker just happens to be the best player on the field. Always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics. Doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works. He's not a threat to anyone, not directly. He's just a resource we can use, or she is. Or maybe they are. Nobody really knows.
Tell me about Barla Vaughn.
He specializes in moving large sums of money without leaving a paper trail. A financial genius. Doesn't do anything illegal. but he knows all the loopholes. He's got an impressive client list. Ambassadors, diplomats, Specters. That's probably why the Shadow Broker uses him.
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way, innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience, no hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
So would I. No.
Killing innocents doesn't end wars. It causes them.
I know how the world works, Commander. Sometimes you're forced to make unpleasant decisions, but only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing. And he knows how to cover his tracks.
I should go.
Good luck, Shepard. I'll be over in the ambassador's office if you need anything else.
Okay, so now we've got a choice. We've got two leads. The one is to talk to Barlavan and see if he has any intel on Saren through his connection with the Shadow Broker that might help us. And the other option is to go speak to Harkin, because Harkin would get us to Garrus, and Garrus, as we've seen, has already been investigating Saren.
What's this? One of the Earth Clan. Ah, a very famous one, yes? You are the one called Shepard. The tale of how you survived the great tragedy on Akuz is truly remarkable. I am amazed each time I hear it.
Normally aliens don't know about Akuz, so that's interesting.
You've got me at a disadvantage here.
Forgive me, Earth Clan. My name is Barlavan. My job makes it necessary for me to keep informed. I am a financial advisor to many important clients here on the Citadel. When someone as important as yourself arrives on the station, I take notice.
I heard you work for the Shadow Broker. Do you have any information about Saren?
You're very blunt, Shepard. But you're right. I am an agent for the Shadow Broker. And I do know something about Saren.
At least he acknowledges it as a tragedy. Yeah, I think he's like one of the only people who kind of can tell that it's not some great war hero story. It's actually really a sad situation. He might be the only one who acknowledges it as such, outside of, like, I think Anderson views it as a tragedy as well. But everyone else is like, oh, cool, you were on a cruise and all your entire squad died. That's so awesome. And it's really uncomfortable.
I hear your information can be expensive.
Normally, this information would cost a small fortune. But these are exceptional circumstances. So I am going to give it to you for free.
What's the catch?
There is no catch. The Shadow Broker is quite upset with Saren right now. They used to do a lot of business until Saren turned on him.
That's what happens when you deal with a traitor like Saren.
No matter what you think of Saren, he's not stupid. He knows the Shadow Broker is a valuable ally. Turning on him doesn't make sense. Not unless something huge was at stake. I don't know the details, but the Shadow Broker hired a freelancer to deal with it. A Krogan mercenary.
That's not much to go on.
I just told you that the most famous Spectre in the galaxy betrayed the Shadow Broker. Quite a bargain, considering the price.
I mean...
Speak with the Krogan if you want to learn more. I heard he was paying a visit to Citadel security. If you hurry, you might catch him before he leaves the Academy.
Isn't it strange that a Krogan would want to speak with C-Sec?
Very. However, I doubt the visit was entirely his choice. You'll need to speak with him if you want to know more.
Tell me more about your job.
Galactic finance is incredibly complex. A mix of laws and regulations from dozens of interstellar economies. I'm an expert in how all these economies interact. For a fee, I share my expertise. I also offer premium services for those clients who need someone to conduct business without drawing unwanted attention. Discreet and efficient. That's my motto.
I mean, I don't know enough about economics, but I think that's legal. It's not like he's gaming the system, is he?
Sounds pretty shady.
Everything I do falls completely within the bounds of interstellar commerce law. Even so, many of my clients would prefer their transactions remain undisclosed.
Okay, fair enough.
For example, suppose a Hanar ambassador was petitioning the council to reduce tariffs on Hanar goods. How would it look if he had money invested in a Hanar exporting company? Even if his true motives were to help his people, he would be accused of advancing the petition for his own personal gain. I can keep his personal finances private.
I mean, I get it, but I don't think Shepard would.
Still sounds shady to me.
Then we can only hope you will never be cursed with a large enough fortune to require my services.
Oof. That's quite the insult.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
Most people think I deal in finances, but my real currency is knowledge. I trade information, and it has made me very wealthy. But the Shadow Broker is the true master. Every day he buys and sells secrets that could topple governments, always giving them to the highest bidder. Yet somehow he never seems to upset the natural balance of power. All those secrets being passed around seem to even out. Nobody ends up with an advantage in the end.
Well, I mean, if the Shadow Broker is a neutral party, he would sell secrets to everybody, so that would make sense. Like, nobody gets any kind of advantage above anybody else, because everybody is getting their information from the same person who doesn't give a shit about any of them, so...
Any guess what his identity might be?
I don't know. Nobody does. The Shadow Broker could be any race, any gender. I have a theory that it's actually an entire group working under one identity. How else could they juggle so many contacts at the same time? How else could they keep all that information from getting crossed? But they've got the perfect setup. Every government is forced to play their game so they don't get behind. But no matter how long you play, no matter how many secrets you buy, you can never win.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just politics in general, though.
I thought you'd know more about the man you work for.
From time to time, I come across information I sell to the Shadow Broker. That's my only involvement. I like it that way. The more you know, the more dangerous the game becomes. I don't like danger, Commander. I'll leave that to you.
I mean, fair enough.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Okay, so I thought about it, and I think I'm actually going to go with Harkin and speak to Garrus. And there's a specific reason for it, and it mostly, believe it or not, it actually ties into the second game. And I think that's the direction where I want to go. Because certain things happen if you go get the Krogan from CSEC. We will get the Krogan from CSEC anyway, but in terms of which lead we follow, I think I'd rather go with Harkin and get with Garrus. And like legitimately for plot reasons. I'm not just saying that because I like Garrus. There's like a legitimate reason in terms of how the story plays out for getting Garrus.
How you holding up, Lieutenant?
Not too bad. No headaches worth mentioning lately. Maybe I'm getting used to the strain.
Maybe you've just got a good stress release. I know that knocking the Geth on their synthetic asses gets rid of my headaches.
Ashley... Kaidan has chronic migraines, Ashley. Ashley. Kaidan literally deals with chronic pain. Gah. I sound like a disappointed mom. That's kind of what Shepard is. Make no mistake, Mass Effect has two main core themes to it in terms of the characters. The first is racism is bad, and the second is found family where Shepard basically adopts everyone she runs into contact with. Come on, guys, let's look at the view.
Big place.
That your professional opinion, sir?
I mean...
This isn't a station, it's a city.
There must be millions here. It can't be possible to track everyone coming and going.
This makes Jump Zero look like a porta-john, and it's the largest deep space station the Alliance has.
Jump Zero is big, but this is a whole nother scale. Look at the ward arms. How do they keep all that mass from flying apart?
The Council represents more races than I thought. No wonder they're careful with newcomers.
They probably just want to keep everything running. It has to be hard keeping all these cultures working together.
Or maybe they just don't like humans.
Ashley, shut up.
Why not? We've got oceans, beautiful women, this emotion called love. According to the old vids, we have everything they want.
When you put it that way, there's no reason they wouldn't like you. I mean, us. Humans, ma'am.
You don't take much shore leave, do you, LT?
That's fine.
Alright, laugh it up, Chief. I appreciate the thought, Alenka, but we're on duty here.
Aye, ma'am.
I'll walk drag, ma'am.
You'll notice Shepard said, like, she mentions beautiful women. I don't think it's something that's, like, worth making a big song and dance about, but for the record, Shepard is extremely bisexual. Like, Shepard is gay. Shepard is super unquestioningly gay. So I just wanted everybody to be aware of that. Hello.
You're Commander Shepard, the hero of Eden Prime.
Oh, here we go.
I am so honored to meet you.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. And you are?
My name is Conrad. Conrad Werner. They say you killed more than 100 Geth on Eden Prime.
I mean... I think it was like 20 at most.
I spent most of my time trying to stay alive and help the colonists.
Hey, I know you're probably busy, but do you have time for a quick autograph?
Sure, no problem.
Anything for a fan. Here.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. My wife is going to be so impressed. I'll let you get back to work. But next time you're on Earth, I'd love to buy you a drink. Thanks again.
What was I saying? Oh, does anyone know if male ship date any male love interests? I want to know if it goes both ways. Yes, male ship can date... There's a male character in the third game that he can date. And believe it or not, our boy Caden over here is also bisexual. So, Caden doesn't know that yet, but in the third game, if you play male ship, you can actually hook up with Caden as well. Caden doesn't know he's bisexual, but, you know, I know. It's just that I'm playing as femship, so that detail isn't going to come up in conversation. I think it would be hard-pressed to find a single character in Mass Effect who isn't gay. Ashley is super straight, though. Like, Ashley is... I know that's probably shocking to many of you, but Ashley is extremely straight, and she doesn't have great opinions about relationships. How's Earth in this universe? We can actually check the codex, I think. Okay, so I don't have the codex for Earth yet. Earth is considered rather out of the way. It has 11 billion people on it in the year 2183, last I remember. So a lot more people than in the real world. It's a little bit run down, but it's not like a dump. It is struggling from the effects of mass global warming, so the oceans are a lot more inland than they are currently in the real world. But overall, it's not terrible. It's pretty okay. it's considered, I guess, like the old country, if you can think of it that way. Like, humans consider living in space to be progressive and forward-thinking, and that's kind of where the future lies, whereas living on Earth is considered to be kind of old-fashioned and more traditional. That's also why we have a lot of colonies, is because a lot of people of Earth want to kind of leave Earth and kind of start off fresh in a brand new location. Not for any like crime reason, they just kind of want to forge ahead and build their own community and such. And Eden Prime, where we were, is the biggest and first colony we had. But humanity is actually establishing a lot of colonies on uninhabited worlds outside of colonies, outside of Citadel space. But that's also why Saren is targeting us, and that's why the Council isn't really interested in helping us. The Council was like, oh, you guys can settle your colonies outside of Council space. And then when we did, and Saren attacked, the Council was like, oh, well, you're outside of Council space, so we're not going to help you. So yeah, the Council was like, yeah, we want you to colonize the uninhabited planets outside of our control. And then, like I said, then Saren shows up, and Saren attacks us with the GIF. And Udina goes to the Council and is like, hey, we're getting attacked. And the Council is like, well, you guys decided to settle out there. You decided to make your colonies out there. And it's like, you were the ones who told us to make our colonies out there. So it's a lot of just like bullshit getting pushed around. And as I said, I generally tend to agree with the Council, but I'm not an idiot. I am fully aware that they are biased and they make a lot of shitty decisions. But I tend to side with them more than I don't side with them, but I also understand that it's not exactly like they're these great leaders who only have everybody's best interests at heart. They do, but they also don't. Anyway. Oh, there's Harkin. Okay, let's... Are you guys ready to talk to Harkin? I mean, I'm never ready to talk to Harkin, but I guess we'll do it.
Hey there, sweetheart. You looking for some fun? Say, that soldier get-up looks real good on that body of yours. Why don't you sit your sweet little ass down beside old Harkin? Have a drink. We'll see where this goes.
Nah.
Maybe later.
Suit yourself, princess. You know, if more Marines looked like you, I might have joined the Alliance instead of CSEC.
I don't think he's gonna be very helpful if I tell him to shut the hell up. I mean, I should. But as much as it hates me, we kind of need his help. Anyway, where's Garrus?
I'm looking for a CSEC officer, a Turian named Garrus.
Garrus? You must be one of Captain Anderson's crew. Poor bastard, still trying to bring Saren down, eh? I know where Garrus is. You gotta tell me something first. Did the captain let you in on his big secret?
No.
Is there something I should know about the captain?
The captain used to be a Specter. Didn't know that, did you? It was all very hush-hush. The first human ever given that honor, and then he blew it. Screwed up his mission so bad they kicked him out. Of course, he blames Saren. Says the Turians set him up.
I mean, that explains the animosity. I don't know how you become the first human Spectre and have it be a secret, though.
Why'd they kick him out?
Have to ask him. I never heard any of the details. Bet it's a good story, though. The heroes fall. Classic tragedy.
And how do you know this?
You said they covered all this up. How'd you hear about it?
I spent 20 years working cases here on the Citadel. People on this station love to talk. Secrets are like herpes. If you got them, you might as well spread them around.
Charming.
You're a pig.
Just noticed that now, did you?
Ew. Anyway, I need to defend my space dad from the raging drunkard.
Why should I believe a drunk like you?
Fine, ask Anderson. I bet he tells you. He's too stupid and proud to lie right to your face.
He wouldn't lie to his daughter. Anyway.
Just tell me where Garrus went.
Garrus was sniffing around Dr. Michelle's office. She runs the med clinic on the other side of the wards. Last I heard, he was going back there.
How well do you know Captain Anderson?
Met him a few times over the years. One of those hardcore military guys. Yes, sir. No, sir. Can't have any fun with a stick up your ass, sir. That's probably why he climbed the Alliance ranks so fast. The military loves brown-nosers.
I mean...
The captain's a good soldier.
Sure, whatever. Dress him in a fancy suit, pin some shiny medals on his chest, and call him a hero. Everybody else does. But if he's so great, why'd the Specters kick him out? Go ask him about that, sweetheart.
You need to look in a mirror. Sober up and take some responsibility for yourself.
Save your sermons. This ain't no church.
What's it like working for CSEC?
You mean, what was it like? The executor suspended me without pay. Recurring violations. CSEC was keeping a file on me. Can you believe that?
Yes.
Every mistake I ever made went into the books. Get a little rough with a suspect, note in the file. Have a couple of drinks on duty, note in the file. Skim a couple of credits off a drug bust, note in the file. It's a goddamn witch hunt.
You get off easy if you ask me.
What the hell do you know? Working for CSEC isn't like being a Marine. People get pissed off if we shoot somebody. Investigations, inquiries, rules, regulations. Every day I plow through enough red tape to choke a rhino. That's how you gotta be to do this job. So don't talk to me about right and wrong. You soldiers got it easy.
I mean, you can keep telling yourself that. Anyway.
What do you know about Garrus?
Damn hothead is what he is. Still figures he can save the world. Always bucking heads with the executor. You'll pay for it soon enough. The executor loves to put us lowly field agents in our place. Just look what happened to me.
I'm done talking to you.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, good. Go. Let me drink in peace.
And yeah, he's quite bold talking to me like that when I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 guns on my person, and Caden has 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think Ashley also has 4 guns. Yeah. So, I mean, he's drunk. He's also not very smart.
I didn't tell anyone,
Oh.
I swear.
That was smart, Doc. Now if Garrus comes around, you stay smart. Keep your mouth shut or we'll... Who are you?
Let her go.
Ah!
Negative contacts, Commander.
Perfect timing, Shepard. Gave me a clear shot at that bastard.
You shot a hostage.
What were you thinking? You could have hit the hostage.
There wasn't time to think. I just reacted. I didn't mean to... Dr. Michelle, are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. Thanks to you. All of you.
Such an idiot.
I know those men threatened you, but if you tell us who they work for, we can protect you.
They work for Feast. They wanted to shut me up, keep me from telling Garrus about the Quarian.
What Quarian?
A few days ago, a Quarian came by my office. She'd been shot, but she wouldn't tell me who did it. I could tell she was scared, probably on the run. She asked me about the Shadow Broker. She wanted to trade information in exchange for a safe place to hide.
Where is she now?
I put her in contact with Fist. He's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
Not anymore. Now he works for Saren. And the Shadow Broker isn't too happy about it.
Fist betrayed the Shadow Broker? That's stupid even for him. Saren must have made him quite the offer.
That Quarian must have something Saren wants. Something worth crossing the Shadow Broker to get.
What else can you tell me about the Quarian?
I'm not sure. Like I said, she wanted to trade information for a place to hide. She didn't... Wait a minute. Geth. Her information had something to do with the Geth.
She must be able to link Saren to the Geth. There is no way the Council can ignore this.
Time we paid Fist a visit.
This is your show, Shepard. But I want to bring Saren down as much as you do. I'm coming with you.
I mean, yes, but elaborate?
You're a Turian. Why do you want to bring him down?
I couldn't find the proof I needed in my investigation, but I knew what was really going on. Saren is a traitor to the Council and a disgrace to my people.
Absolutely.
Welcome aboard, Garrus.
You know, we aren't the only ones going after Fist. The Shadow Broker hired a Krogan bounty hunter named Rex to take him out.
Yeah, we heard about him.
I mean, I do want Rex on the team.
A Krogan might come in handy.
Last I heard, he was at the CSEC Academy.
What's he doing there?
Fist accused him of making threats. We brought Rex in for a little talk. If you hurry, you can catch him at the Academy before he leaves.
Move out.
Okay, so add Garrus, and goodbye, Ashley. That feels so much better. Okay, so we are not gonna put any points into assault training, because assault training, I think it's okay. Yeah, it only brings up weapon damage by like 3%, 4%, 5%, and then it like puts a lot into melee damage. When on earth is Garrus going to melee damage anyone? That's not how his character works. There's no point to this entire thing here. You get like the things like adrenaline burst, and you get like advanced. There's no point to this entire ring here, and you don't get enough points to max out every single category. So this is an entire wasted category to put points into. If they got that close, he's already failed. Yeah, exactly. Garrus is a sharpshooter. He specializes in sniper rifles. And listen, Garrus is built like a twink, okay? Even by Turian standards. He's not a heavy hitter. He's a lot taller than I am, but still, he's not a big bulky guy for his species. It's not like he can do a massive amount of damage. He could probably do more than I do, but even so. You know? So no, it's a pointless category to put points into when you can put points into literally anything else. Okay, so what one would really do in this situation is go get Rex. And we will get Rex. However, I'm actually not going to get Rex to take to Fist. Also because I think most people, like, their natural instinct would be to go get Rex, right? So I think most people would go get Rex in this situation and bring him along. So even if you've played this game before, I think it'd be interesting to see what happens when you don't. Because it actually unlocks some interesting dialogue for Rex himself if you don't bring him. Oh, really? Okay, hold on.
I'm on it!
Ah! Hello.
Stop right there. Don't come any closer.
Warehouse workers. All the real guards must be dead.
Stay back or we'll shoot.
Okay, you see this conversation is in blue? That's because I have enough charm points. So if I don't put points into charm, and if I don't build up my Paragon points, these conversation options remain unable to be picked. Like, I can't pick the asshole, the renegade option, because I don't have enough renegade points. That is why it is extremely important to put your points into those things.
This would be a good time to find somewhere else to work.
Yeah, right. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I never liked Fist anyway.
I would have never thought of that.
Shooting people isn't always the answer.
Yeah, Garrus, FYI, shooting civilians is generally not what we want to do.
Why do I have to do everything myself?
Ah! Gotcha.
Wait! Don't kill me, I surrender!
Where's the Quarian?
She's not here. I don't know where she is. That's the truth.
He's lying.
Caden he's lying.
You better start explaining before I lose my temper.
The Quarian isn't here. Said she'd only deal with the Shadow Broker himself.
Impossible. The Shadow Broker only works through his agents.
Nobody meets the Shadow Broker, ever. Even I don't know his true identity. But she didn't know that.
I told her I'd set a meeting up. But when she shows up, it'll be Saren's men waiting for her.
Give me the location, now.
Here on the wards, the back alley by the markets. She's supposed to meet them right now. You can make it if you hurry.
Am I supposed to just forget your part in all this?
Hey, I came clean. I told you about the meeting. Besides, I've got my own problems now. The Shadow Broker wants me dead. I have to disappear. Forget about me. I'm a ghost.
You're not my concern.
Don't worry, you'll never see me again.
Okay, timed mission. Shit, I'll come back for the safe later. 4 minutes. These enemies. I don't have time for you assholes. Shit, damn it. Okay, that was dumb. Okay, hold on. Damn it. I thought I could make it. I thought I could make it. Okay. Shit, okay. Coming for... damn it, again. Okay, I think I have to fight them. I think I have to fight them. I don't have any... I can't just run past them. I could have sworn I did that in my game, but we're gonna have to fight them. Okay, this way. Okay, good. Ooh, okay.
Did you bring it?
Where's the Shadow Broker? Where's Fist?
They'll be here. Where's the evidence?
No way. The deal's off.
Okay, down.
Fist set me up. I knew I couldn't trust him.
Were you hurt in the fight?
I know how to look after myself. Not that I don't appreciate the help. Who are you?
Okay, we're fine. We just kind of exploded for a second there, but we're better now.
My name's Shepard. I'm looking for evidence to prove Saren's a traitor.
Then I have a chance to repay you for saving my life. But not here. We need to go somewhere safe.
The ambassador's office. It's safe there. He'll want to see this anyway.
You're not making my life easy, Shepard. Firefights in the wards, an all-out assault on Korra's den. Do you know how many... Who's this? A Quarian? What are you up to, Shepard?
I mean, you're welcome.
Making your day, Ambassador. She has information linking Saren to the Geth.
Really? Maybe you better start at the beginning, Miss...
My name is Tali. Tali Zora Naraya.
We don't see many Quarians here. Why did you leave the flotilla?
I was on my pilgrimage. My rite of passage into adulthood.
I've never heard of this before.
It is a tradition among my people. When we reach maturity, we leave the ships of our parents and our people behind. Alone, we search the stars, only returning to the flotilla once we have discovered something of value. In this way, we prove ourselves worthy of adulthood.
I recall the galaxy has not a good opinion on Quarians. Yeah, no, the galaxy don't like Quarians. Tali will explain a little bit more why later, but number one reason is because the Quarians were the ones who built the Geth originally.
What kinds of things do you look for?
It could be resources like food or fuel, or some type of useful technology, or even knowledge that will make life easier on the flotilla. Through our pilgrimage, we prove that we will contribute to the community, rather than being a burden on our limited resources.
Tell us what you found.
During my travels, I began hearing reports of Geth. Since they drove my people into exile, the Geth have never ventured beyond the Veil. I was curious. I tracked a patrol of Geth to an uncharted world. I waited for one to become separated from its unit. Then I disabled it and removed its memory core.
I thought the Geth fried their memory cores when they died. Some kind of defense mechanism.
How did you manage to preserve the memory core?
My people created the Geth. If you're quick, careful, and lucky, small caches of data can sometimes be saved. Most of the core was wiped clean, but I salvaged something from its audio banks.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
That's Saren's voice. This proves he was involved in the attack.
He said Eden Prime brought him one step closer to finding the conduit. Any idea what that means?
The conduit must have something to do with the beacon. Maybe it's some kind of Prothean technology. Like a weapon.
Wait, there's more. Saren wasn't working alone.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
I don't recognize that other voice, the one talking about Reapers.
Are they some kind of new alien species?
According to the Memory Core, the Reapers were a hyper-advanced machine race that existed 50,000 years ago. The Reapers hunted the Protheans to total extinction, and then they vanished. At least, that's what the Geth believe.
Sounds a little far-fetched.
I mean, we saw a giant hand fly out of the sky, drop a bunch of Geth on the ground, and then turn a bunch of humans into cybernetic zombie monstrosities.
The vision on Eden Prime. I understand it now. I saw the Protheans being wiped out by the Reapers.
The Geth revere the Reapers as gods, the pinnacle of non-organic life, and they believe Saren knows how to bring the Reapers back.
The Council is just going to love this.
The Reapers are a threat to every species in Citadel space. We have to tell them.
No matter what they think about the rest of this, those audio files prove Saren's a traitor.
Yeah, calm down, Anderson.
Right. We need to present this to the Council right away.
What about her? The Quarian?
My name is Tali. You saw me in the alley, Commander. You know what I can do. Let me come with you.
I thought you were on your pilgrimage.
The pilgrimage proves we are willing to give of ourselves for the greater good. What does it say about me if I turn my back on this? Saren is a danger to the entire galaxy. My pilgrimage can wait.
Absolutely.
I'll take all the help I can get.
Thanks. You won't regret this.
Anderson and I will go ahead to get things ready with the Council. Take a few minutes to collect yourself, then meet us in the tower.
Okay, bye, Caden. Yay! I don't know how Quarian lifespans work. I don't know if Quarian lifespans are equivalent to human lifespans, but if they are more or less one-to-one, Tali is, I think she's like 19. She's either 19 or 20. Shepard is 28. Garrus is 24. And Turian and human lifespans are one-to-one. I do know that. But this is the year 2183, so the average human lifespan in this game is 150, which is considered, not remarkable, but that's considered like, if you reach 150, that's considered like really old. But 150 is like the high benchmark for human lifespans, and Turians are more or less one-to-one in terms of ages. What's with the suits the Quarians have? The Quarians, because they cannot live on their homeworld because the Geth chased them off of it, they live entirely in space in an extremely large collection of spaceships called the Flotilla. But because they live in space, spaceships are sterile. Spaceships, and this is all spaceships, not just Quarian spaceships. Spaceships are sterile. They don't carry any viruses or bacteria. So as a result, the Quarians don't have any immune systems because they've not been exposed to bacteria or viruses for like 200 or 300 years. So she has to wear that suit because if she doesn't, she will basically catch whatever disease is floating around in the air. She basically has an immunodeficiency. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. She's got a chronic illness where her immune system just cannot protect her from disease or infection of any kind.
Come on. Udina's presenting the Quarians' evidence to the Council.
Hey, Green Jelly. Yeah, my power's about to go out.
It's a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
You wanted proof? There it is.
This evidence is irrefutable, Ambassador. Saren will be stripped of his Spectre status, and all efforts will be made to bring him in to answer for his crimes.
Thank you.
I recognize the other voice, the one speaking with Saren. Matriarch Benezia.
Who is she?
Matriarchs are powerful Asari who have entered the final stage of their lives. Revered for their wisdom and experience, they serve as guides and mentors to my people. Matriarch Benezia is a powerful biotic, and she had many followers. She will make a formidable ally for Saren.
I'm more interested in the Reapers. What do you know about them?
Only what was extracted from the Geth's memory core. The Reapers were an ancient race of machines that wiped out the Protheans. Then they vanished.
The Geth believe the Reapers are gods, and Saren is the prophet for their return.
We think the conduit is the key to bringing them back. Saren's searching for it. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Do we even know what this conduit is?
I mean, no, but...
Saren thinks it can bring back the Reapers. That's bad enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen to what you're saying. Saren wants to bring back the machines that wiped out all life in the galaxy? Impossible. It has to be. Where did the Reapers go? Why did they vanish? How come we found no trace of their existence? If they were real, we'd have found something.
I mean, we saw a giant hand fly out of the sky and drop a bunch of Gith onto the ground and turn humans into abomination cybernetic zombie creatures.
I tried to warn you about Saren and you refused to face the truth. Don't make the same mistake again.
This is different. You proved Saren betrayed the Council. We all agree he's using the Geth to search for the conduit, but we don't really know why.
The Reapers are obviously just a myth, Commander.
What do you mean, obviously?
A convenient lie to cover Saren's true purpose. A legend he is using to bend the Geth to his will.
Yeah, I've seen them.
50,000 years ago, the Reapers wiped out all galactic civilization. If Saren finds the conduit, it will happen again.
Saren is a rogue agent on the run for his life. He no longer has the rights or resources of a Spectre. The Council has stripped him of his position.
That is not good enough. You know he's hiding somewhere in the Traverse. Send your fleet
They
in.
can't send the fleet in,
A
Udina.
fleet cannot track down one man.
A Citadel fleet could secure the entire region, keep the Geth from attacking any more of our colonies.
Or it could trigger a war with the Terminus systems. We won't be dragged into a galactic confrontation over a few dozen human colonies.
See, he's being an asshole, but Spiratus is actually correct. I mean, it's frustrating, but Spiratus is correct.
Every time humanity asks for help, you ignore us.
Shepard's right. I'm sick of this council and its anti-human bull.
Ambassador, there is another solution. A way to stop Saren that does not require fleets or armies.
No, it's too soon. Humanity is not ready for the responsibilities that come with joining the Specters.
It's the best solution for this situation. Again, Spiratus is correct, but the situation has changed.
You don't have to send a fleet into the Traverse, and the Ambassador gets his human Spectre. Everybody's happy.
Exactly.
Commander Shepard, step forward.
Look at Space Dad smile. He's so proud of me.
It is the decision of the Council that you be granted all the powers and privileges of the Special Tactics and Reconnaissance branch of the Citadel.
Specters are not trained, but chosen. Individuals forged in the fire of service and battle. Those whose actions elevate them above the rank and file.
Specters are an ideal, a symbol, the embodiment of courage, determination, and self-reliance. They are the right hand of the Council, instruments of our will.
Specters bear a great burden. They are protectors of galactic peace, both our first and last line of defense. The safety of the galaxy is theirs to uphold.
You are the first human Spectre, Commander.
This is a great accomplishment for you and your entire species.
I'm honored, Counselor.
We're sending you into the Traverse after Saren. He's a fugitive from justice, so you are authorized to use any means necessary to apprehend or eliminate him.
Any idea where to find him?
We will forward any relevant files to Ambassador Udina.
This meeting of the Council is adjourned.
Spiratus is not amused.
Congratulations, Commander.
We've got a lot of work to do, Shepard. You're going to need a ship, a crew, supplies.
You'll get access to special equipment and training now. You should go down to the C-Sec Academy and speak to the Spectre Requisitions Officer.
Anderson, come with me. I'll need your help to set all this up.
I thought the ambassador would be a little more grateful. He didn't even thank you.
I mean, I do blame him, but...
Until I find Saren, I haven't done anything.
Okay, fair.
Come on.
Right behind you, Shepard.
Yay. Okay. I'm sorry to ask this in the middle of a cutscene, but I'm the only one who finds it odd that Shepard and her friends are allowed to meet the Council armed to the teeth. It's only for this cutscene, and it's because we've all kind of gotten here as fast as we could. We didn't have a chance to basically... unarm ourselves. Like me, Caden, and Ashley, we were dumped here the second we came back from Eden Prime, so we were already dressed. Garrus is in his C-Sec uniform, so he's wearing his cop outfit. He's wearing the standard issue uniform of the cops. And Tali, because she's a Quarian, she has to take care of herself, so she is usually armed. Now, granted, if they were smart, they would take away the weapons the second you walk into the Council, but I think their thinking is that if you've gotten this far, like if you've been allowed into the tower to begin with, the chances of you actually doing anything are very slim. And another thing, I don't have Rex with me, but if you talk to Rex while in the tower, Rex points out that every second you're in this Council chamber, there are snipers that are spotting you. So, we're not just walking around willy-nilly, we're in crosshairs the entire time we're here. Okay, so we need to get back to the Normandy while I've got power, because I don't know how much power my poor gaming laptop, how long it'll... Yeah, I'll talk to you next time, I promise. I'm in a rush, I'm very sorry. I don't know how long my gaming laptop can run on battery when I'm running a video game and streaming, and I've got like 50 appliances plugged into it, etc, etc. So we're just gonna get to the Normandy, and I'm gonna call it quits there, because that kind of ends the chapter.
Do you ever regret leaving Citadel security to pursue Saren, Garrus?
Fighting a rogue Spectre with countless lives at stake and no regulations to get in the way? I'd say that beats C-Sec.
I'm pleased that the imminent destruction of all organic life has improved your career opportunities.
She's correct. Garrus, calm down. We will shoot people, but calm down.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
Yeah, it's always about money and finance and sponsorship. There's Rex. Hey, Rex.
You. Human. You the one they call Shepard?
That's me, Commander Shepard.
The name's Rex. The Shadow Broker paid me a lot of money to get rid of Fist. Only you got there first.
So, I don't know how many people have ever gotten this cutscene, because people tend to go and get Rex before they see Fist. So, Rex was paid by the Shadow Broker to kill Fist. And if you take Rex with you, Rex shoots Fist in the face. I let him go. I kept him alive. So now Rex is confronting me about that. You're welcome.
Sounds like I did your job for you.
When I get paid to do a job, I finish it. Alone.
I don't like where this is going.
But I didn't finish this job, Shepard. You did. So the payment is yours.
You're gonna pay me for getting rid of Fist?
I won't take credit for someone else's work. I transferred the payment into your account. I like the way you handled Fist. Now I hear you're going after Saren. I was thinking I should come along.
You're a bounty hunter. What do you get out of going after Saren?
I'm not in this for the money. I want to be where the action is. There's a storm coming, and you and Saren are right in the middle of it.
Why me? Saren's already got a lot of Krogan working for him.
Those aren't Krogan. They're servants. They grovel at Saren's feet to lick his boots, trading their freedom for promises of wealth and power. My people were a proud species once. Some of us still remember that. I won't bow down to Saren like the others.
Okay, you get to be part of the Found family.
We'll take you with us, Rex.
Smart move, Shepard.
Okay, I'll put Rix and Garrus. Oh shit, I'm smelling something burning. Hold on. Ah! Hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to end the stream. I smell something burning. And I hope it's not my new battery. Okay, save. And I'm gonna have to see you guys next time. Sorry for ending so abruptly. I'm legitimately smelling something.